Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Tom, back with another episode of the Tom Talks podcast. Starting this a little later than I'd like because my dumbass took a nap after work. I've been always tired lately. I'm running around like a madman, doing some crazy shit lately. I'm working a lot of hours now. I'm also planning on moving very soon, so have my own place of my own. So that'll be good for me. So I don't know. I'm been trying to get these out weekly, but as you can see, I haven't been really doing a good job of that. But enough about me. Let's go over some of the crazy NFL news stories before we go over last week's scores and make my predictions for this week. Start off a little depressing news. Henry Ruggs III, he unfortunately he killed a woman and a dog, and he's been cut by the Raiders, and he's most likely going to jail for 2 to 20 years. Let's go over the article from ESPN. It says former Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs III was driving 156 miles per hour with a blood alcohol content twice of Nevada's legal limit before his car slammed into the rear of a vehicle that burned, killing a 23-year-old woman, according to prosecutors. May she rest in peace. And second of all this could have avoided if he either A, had his own personal driver, which I think a lot of people should do from now on, or B, which is a lot cheaper, just get an Uber or Lyft. So there's no reason to drive drunk in 2021. Like, it's a stupid idea. Like, there's literally zero reason to do it. But anyway, let's go. Let's keep reading the art. Let's keep reading this article a little bit, even though it's still a little depressing. Ruggs, 22, remains seated in the wheelchair with a foam brace on his neck and jail guards at his elbows during his initial court appearance Wednesday on pending felony charges of driving under the influence of alcohol resulting in death and reckless driving. Las Vegas Justice of Peace Joe M. Bonaventure, which I hope I said his name right, said he was troubled by his initial review of the case against Ross, adding that in 16 years on the bench he never heard of a crash involving a vehicle traveling so fast. Nevertheless, he rejected prosecutor Eric Bauman's request to set Ruggs bail at $1 million instead of about $150,000, with strict conditions to include home confinement, electric monitoring, no alcohol, no driving, and the surrender of Ruggs' passports. I figured he would be giving up a lot if his bail is only $150,000. Court records show that Ruggs posted a $150,000 bond a short time later. His lawyer said he was released from jail Wednesday evening. Now this is getting a little touchy where the victim is. According to police, Tina O'Tinter was the name of the Las Vegas woman who died with her dog in the wreck and burned Toyota RAV4. Records show she lived several blocks from where the crash occurred on a busy thoroughfare in residential areas. In a residential service several miles west of the Las Vegas Strip. Jesus, I cannot talk today. Bauman told the judge that the airbag computer records showed that the Corvette decelerated from 156 to 127 miles per hour before it slammed into the Toyota at about 3:40 a.m. Tuesday, rupturing the vehicle's fuel tank and igniting a fireball. So that's how that happened. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but still. That's still pretty fucking nuts. I don't know if Ruggs' car was on fire, but I know the RAV4 was. The Raiders released Ruggs late Tuesday, just hours after the crash and shortly after he was released from the hospital and booked into Las Vegas jail. The extent of his injuries is not disclosed, although Clark County DA Steve Wolfson said outside court that he believed Riggs suffered a leg injury. That's crazy. Like, it's crazy how drunk people most of the time. I think it's like, I forget the statistic of it. What was it? It was like 95% of the time that whenever drunk people get into car crashes, 95% of them live. And it's because their body's so relaxed, they don't tense up. If you tense up during a car crash, you're more likely to get hurt. I've been in a car crash before, and it's not fun. My injuries were minor, but luckily, it was when I was like 17. I was first driving. But anyway, enough about my story. Ruggs' girlfriend, identified by police as Kiera Janae Kilgo Washington, also 22, of Las Vegas was with him in the car and also injured in the crash. He underwent surgery Tuesday for a severe arm injury. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's see if there's anything else in particular. Let's see. This is pretty long. This is a long article than I thought. I just pulled it up. Let's see. He intends to file a second DUI charge against Rose related to the injuries to her and the couple of a 3-year-old daughter together. Oh, that's pretty crazy. So, what are the charges going to be? Two charges, I guess, two DUIs. Would it be manslaughter, I guess, one of them? So, 2 hours of alcohol is 0.161, showing signs of impairment. Let's see. Property records show that Ruggs owns a $1.1 million home in the neighborhood not far from where the crash occurred. Supposedly, Ruggs spent several hours at Top Golf, a sports entertainment venue in Las Vegas, and might have been at a friend's home for several more hours before the crash. Ruggs is due again in court November 10th, so that's next week. Crashed a sports car into a tunnel wall and a roadway. Wait, Josh Jacobs got in a car crash too? I didn't know that. Jesus Christ. No, so okay, so his blood alcohol level didn't reach the level, so that's crazy. All right, so yeah. Anyway, this is just a tragic ass story, dude. Like I said earlier, there's literally zero reason to fucking drink and drive nowadays. If you know you're getting hammered, either have your own personal driver, which Ruggs could absolutely afford, or just get an Uber, dude. Like, there's literally zero reason to do this shit. Let's move on to weirdos being angry at Aaron Rodgers for lying about being vaccinated, and supposedly the NFL is not happy with him either. Weirdos on Twitter.com and the NFL are not happy with him. So the NFL is looking at COVID-19 protocol enforcement in the Green Bay Packers organization following star quarterback Aaron Rodgers testing positive for the virus. The primary responsibility for enforcement of the COVID protocols within club facilities rests with each club. Failure to properly enforce the protocols that result in discipline being assessed against individual clubs in the past. The league is aware of the current situation in Green Bay and will be reviewing the matter with the Packers. So he's unvaccinated. He's not going to be able to go on the road to the Chiefs game, along with cornerback Isaac Yadam. No one cares about. Sorry, Isaac, but no one really cares about you. So here's what everyone's mad about. August, Rodgers told the reporters that he had been immunized when asked if he'd been vaccinated. He sought an exemption for protocols based on antibody levels before the season, but the exemption was denied. Based on the denial, Rodgers had been subject all season to these protocols for unvaccinated players, including but not limited to daily testing and mask wearing. Rodgers has been seen throughout this season maskless during a news conference, which takes place indoors at the Packers facilities. Protocols require Rodgers 10 days away from the team, which means he'll miss the practice ahead of the Packers Week 10 against Seattle. Okay. Because I don't know if he'll be missing that game. The real question is, will the NFL be pissed off enough to say, fuck you, Aaron, you're not playing in Seattle or whoever in the next week afterwards, which would be, in my opinion, ridiculous. A ridiculous overreaction. Everyone's making too big of a deal over this COVID protocol bullshit. But you know what? It is what it is. And last bit of news before we go over scores is Von Miller is a Los Angeles Ram, and the Rams are looking like a crazy top contender right now. Hold on one second. Let me clean my ear. There we are. It feels better. I feel embarrassed to do that on camera, but honestly, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't care anymore. But anyway. So, Von Miller's last 2 weeks have been nothing short of tumultuous. There we go. And now includes saying goodbye to the only NFL teams ever known. Broncos are trading Miller to the Los Angeles Rams for second and third round picks in the 2022 NFL Draft, according to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport and James Palmer. Rams later confirmed the deal. So he's had 4.5 sacks and 30 pressures this year, 6 games. Miller was on pace to break double digits. He was feeling himself entering Denver's Week 7 games. Cleveland. He had a head injury. Close. Hope people play the Titans this week. And most Miller added, we'll always have Super Bowl 50. Seeing the pictures when I was walking out, it just made me tear up. Always got Super Bowl 50. I always got Broncos country. Admit it was difficult to part with Miller but believes it will be a transaction that benefits both sides. Vaughn and I had a positive, honest conversation in the morning about our team as well as our future. As I told Vaughn, we wanted to do right not only for the Broncos but also for him personally with everything he has meant to this organization. While it's certainly not easy to part ways with a player like Vaughn, this is an opportunity for both our team and for Vaughn as he begins the next chapter of his career. All right, then Vic Fangio said some nice words. He said, I paid respect to Vaughn and what he's done here in his career. He's been a great player, teammate, been a great ambassador for the Broncos. We wish him the best moving forward. Told him I was going to miss him personally, and I'm sure a lot of players will. Moving forward with the guys we have, with the guys we had play yesterday, and we're going to find a way to keep winning football games. So it looks like he sent a message. So, yeah, dude. He has enjoyed a crazy defense that not only has Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, and he's also being paired with Leonard Floyd, who is a solid linebacker. So he had a breakout, because it says he has a breakout season last year. He got 10 sacks, pair of the best edge rushers of his generation, Von Miller. Dude, that pass rush is going to be crazy. Floyd, Miller, and Donald going after the quarterback while Jalen Ramsey is leading the defensive backs and doing basically whatever he wants, which is why he loved I'm blanking on his fucking name. What was it? He coached for the Falcons last year. He was the interim coach. All right, hold on. Let me look this up real quick. I feel like a fool. Hold on. Rams defensive. Because they've had... Oh, Raheem Morris. Thank you. That's what it was. Yeah, Raheem Morris basically lets Jalen Ramsey do whatever the fuck he wants. Which is awesome, dude. So we will see how this turns out. But it's most likely going to end very well for them. Right now they're in the first wild card spot because the Cardinals beat them head to head. So now let's go over these games from last week. Last week I thought the Cardinals were going to win because Green Bay was either A, everybody was injured, or B, they were all on the COVID list. But to everyone's shock, the Packers won. Cardinals could have won. They could have won with that interception, but not an interception. Excuse me, a touchdown to AJ Green. But AJ Green never looked around. Jets and Bengals. This game surprised everybody. It's not only just me, but myself as well. No one thought the Jets were going to beat the Bengals. I think everyone else thought the Bengals were going to dominate. That was not the case. Somehow the Jets came out swinging. They came out shooting all that shit. So good for them. They're playing tonight against the Colts. My game that prediction will be coming up soon. Titans and Colts. Speaking of the devil, in overtime, Carson. Unfortunately, Carson made some crucial mistakes. He's still trying to play hero ball. He just needs to take the check down because that last interception before the Titans kicked that field goal, he had a wide open Jonathan Taylor in the flat. Not in the flat, like right in front of him. And so you just gotta learn to not play hero ball all the time. Let's see. Rams crushed the Texans. That's nothing new. Alright, hold on. Sorry about that. That was fucking annoying. I was interrupted. So let's get back to what I was saying. Rams, Texans. Yeah, we don't really talk about that game. Steelers and Browns. Browns on a little bit of a losing streak. Actually, no, they were not a losing streak. They lost that's the game they lost last week. Sloppy football game, but from what I've seen, it looks like Pittsburgh just stuck to running the football and getting what they could. My team, the Philadelphia Eagles, we crushed the Detroit Lions, and that makes me feel happy. Even though I wasn't able to see most of the game, I saw that we mostly ran the football, and that Darius Slay got a fumble recovery and ran it back for a touchdown. From that game, from what I've saw from the highlights, this should have been our game plan from the very beginning. Like week one, we had a great game plan against Atlanta. We ran the ball mostly. Jalen got some good throws in. And we mostly ran the ball again this week. And Jalen Hurts, I believe, only went for 9 of 14. But it doesn't matter. If we keep running the football, just keep running the football. I don't care about if Jalen Hurts doesn't get all the stats. I just want him to win games for us. So, there's that. Niners and Bears, watched a little bit of that. It was okay. Justin Fields is definitely something special, even though he lost it. I saw that highlight of him escaping everybody, running from the other side of the field to score a touchdown. But San Fran came back on time. Like when Jimmy G is healthy, they play well, which is crazy, and that's like never. He's like never healthy. Panthers and Falcons, I didn't really get to see this game. So, finally, Carolina broke their losing streak. Bills and Dolphins, no one's surprised the Bills beat the Dolphins. Dolphins are struggling, dude. Patriots and Chargers, didn't really get to see this game, but Patriots seem to play good. This game, Seahawks crushed the Jags. Special. Broncos beat Washington. This game was excuse me. Shit. This was a really good game for the most part. Till the end. It seems for whatever reason the Saints defense beats Saints defense is Tom Brady's weakness for some reason. Dennis Allen seems to know how to play Tom Brady very well. He is 3-0 against him in the regular season. But in the one playoff game they lost. So maybe it'll be the same thing again. But the Saints lost Jameis Winston, which is a terrible loss for them. Now they have I forget, Trevor Siemian or whoever. I don't remember who this quarterback is of the Saints. But they need to pick somebody up, which I don't think they can now. They may be 5-2 in a wild card spot right now, but they're not looking good for the rest of the season. Cowboys and Vikings, pretty fucking crazy that the Cowboys won the backup quarterback. Just proves that their roster is really good. That's something everyone already knew, that the roster is really good, and that Cooper Rush was able to lead a comeback drive against a bad Vikings team. And then disappointing. I'm not saying disappointing. It's good that the Giants lost, but like, she should have put up more points. They gave up. They turned the football too much again. I saw that first interception in the end zone from Pat Mahomes. I thought it looked like one guy was going to catch. He tried to throw to one guy. He thought he was going to get it. He didn't try, and it hit off one of the players' helmets. And the Giants defender, he just like let it go in his lap. So the Chiefs need to be better. I don't know what they need. The offensive line isn't really working out. They need to run. They need to start just running the football. Just keep it on the ground from now on. All right, now let's get back to this. Let's get back to this week real quick. So, my prediction will be real quick, and then this episode will be over. Jets and Colts. I think Colts are gonna win. I'm not gonna say easily. I think the spread is like 10.5. I don't know if they're gonna win by more than 10 points, but we'll see. But I think Colts will bounce back. They'll win. Saints crushed Atlanta. I hate to say this, but because it's always fuck Dallas, but I think the Cowboys are going to be the Broncos. Broncos aren't really that good of a team. Patriots and Panthers is actually an interesting game. Both, like it says right there, top 10 scoring defenses. Panthers defense is pretty fast. It depends on how Sam Darnold is. Mac Jones plays pretty efficiently. He hasn't really had a bad game so far. Actually, that's a lot. He had a bad game against the Saints, but like other than that, Mac Jones is playing pretty well. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with the Patriots just barely, just slightly. I think it's gonna be like they're gonna win by a last minute field goal. Patriots beat the Panthers. Vikings and Ravens. Ravens beat the Vikings. Vikings are a good football team. The Browns and the Bengals. This is gonna be. This was supposed to be an interesting game, but the Browns are really beat up. Odell's not happy there. Bengals, I think they're gonna come in. They're gonna beat the Bill. They're gonna beat the Browns. Excuse me. Look at the next game. Bengals are going to beat the Browns pretty soundly by at least 10 points. I don't know what the spread is. Bills crushed the Jags. Two shitty teams, Dolphins and Texans. I don't know, dude. Both these teams are really bad. Tyrod Taylor's coming back, so that might be the difference. I mean, I like Tua, but I need as an Eagles fan, we need the Dolphins to keep losing for that draft pick, for a better draft pick. So for that reason, I'm going with the Texans. I think Tyrod Taylor's going to lead them on a good comeback. Raiders and Giants. Raiders beat the Giants. I think the Raiders are Derek Carr's going to go off again and beat the Giants. Now, this game's going to be a little tougher to call. Chargers and Eagles. Chargers have been struggling. They lost 2 in a row. For the Eagles to win, they need to run the goddamn football. Ah! God damn it. Hold on. Let's go back. God damn it, I'm fucking up. Come on. What are we doing, Wi-Fi? Let's go. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. This fucking thing. Alright, where were we? Right here. Here we go. I was gonna say, they allowed the most rushing yards in the NFL. The only way the Eagles are going to win this football game is have the exact same game plan as last week and run the ball for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns, and Jalen Hurts doing the same thing. Have like a 10 for 15 game or whatever. That's the only way the Eagles are going to win. But as of right now, I'm going to pick the Chargers. Packers and Chiefs. I would say the Packers are going to win, but Aaron Rodgers is out due to COVID. I think the Chiefs have another bounce back game. They're going to play better against the Packers. It seems like we're not going to have a Mahomes versus Rodgers regular season game, because the first time that was supposed to happen was 2019, but Mahomes got hurt. Now this game, Aaron Rodgers is out due to COVID protocol violation. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win this game over Jordan Love's first start. Niners and Cardinals. I think the Cardinals beat the 49ers. Titans and Rams. Oh, this is a great Monday night game. This is a tough one, actually. I think that's just tough. Derrick Henry's out for at least the rest of the regular season, but I think that Rams are going to beat the Titans. I don't know if Adrian Peterson will be enough of a running game. I don't know if he'll be enough of a running game factor to do what the Titans do best, which is run the football and then have Ryan Tannehill throw over the yard, because they're having 8 men in the box. But I just think the Rams, because Rams are gonna win, because Von Miller's gonna probably go off again. Aaron Donald's gonna do his thing. Pressure's gonna be really high. And then the last game of the week, Steelers Bears. I don't really care about this game, so I'm gonna say the Steelers beat the Bears. So it is what. So yeah, there, boom. Finally done. I know it doesn't seem like I'm excited to be doing these anymore, and I don't know, partially because I'm not, but partially because I'm also very fucking tired, like I said in the beginning of the episode. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Have a good night. Go Birds.